What's up, rockers? I am Sean Pugh, inside the Skunk Stash, and this is your weekly Top 5 Classic Rock Countdown. Now, today's episode wasn't the one I had planned, but after the passing of the legendary Ozzy Osbourne, there's only one direction this episode could go. Today's episode's personal because it all starts with Ozzy for me. Like so many others, Ozzy was the reason I fell in love with heavy music. Yes, he was the one that led me down the path that rocks. He was the first voice that pulled me into the dark, showed me how cool it felt to be loud, weird, and alive. First concert ever, Ozfest 2002, Burgesstown, PA. Shout out to all my Ozfest veterans out there. I was just a kid at the time, but after that show, my path was set and I never looked back. So today we're not doing a countdown, we're lighting a candle and turning it up loud in tribute of the one and only Prince of Darkness. These are my personal top 5 Ozzy Osbourne songs, the ones that define him for me, right here inside the Skunk Stash. And in the immortal words of our fearless rock leader, let's go f***ing crazy.
Number 5.
We start things off with a deep cut from 1995's Osmosis album. Tomorrow didn't make the radio airwaves, it wasn't a single, but it is one of those songs that stays with you. It's slow, it's heavy, it hurts. Ozzy's voice here isn't playing a role, it's crying out. The lyrics ache, and Zakk Wylde's guitar sounds like it's bleeding through the speakers. This is late night Ozzy. Curtains closed, shadows on the wall, and you feel every note. No more goodbyes or yesterdays, so it's I'll see you tomorrow. Ozzy said a lot of the material on the Osmosis album came from darker periods in his life, including mental health struggles and recovery, and you can feel that in every second of this song.
Number 4.
At number 4, oh no, here we go now. From emotional to iconic, from 1981's Diary of a Madman album, it is Flying High Again. It is Ozzy, full rebellious glory. This track is a celebration of doing exactly what you're not supposed to do. It's got that signature Randy Rhoads guitar flair, melodic, fast, and razor sharp. The riff bounces, the vocals soar, and the whole vibe pure stoner anthem with a wink and a snarl. It's one of those songs that made me get Ozzy. The danger, the charm, the lunacy, and how cool does Ozzy sound on this track? Mama's gonna worry, I've been a bad, bad boy. Despite its obvious drug reference, Ozzy claimed that the song was never meant to glorify substance use. It's more about being unashamed to be yourself, flaws, chaos, and all.
Number 3.
At number 3, off 2001's Down to Earth album, it is Gets Me Through. This song is the reason I'm doing this countdown. It's the reason I spent over a decade in rock radio. It's the reason I am who I am today. Back in 2001, someone handed me a copy of Down to Earth. It was my first Ozzy album. I listened to it until the disc was scratched and skipping over and over again. And this song, this was the one, the lead single, the first new Ozzy song I ever heard as a fan finding his way. The video terrified and excited me. I was a kid on the edge of something big, and Ozzy kicked open the door. The moment he sings, I'm not the Antichrist or the Iron Man, I knew this was something different. The riff was heavy, yeah, but the message was heavier. Ozzy said this song was his personal thank you to the fans.
Number 2.
At number 2, title track from his 1991 release, it is No More Tears. As far back as I can remember, No More Tears was the first Ozzy song I ever heard. I was just a little kid in the car, and that bass line hit. I didn't know what it was, but it stuck. Years later, I connected the dots, and it all came rushing back. The song is massive. That eerie, hypnotic intro, the build-up, the explosion, Zakk Wylde with one of the greatest guitar solos ever, and Ozzy, he's floating above it all like some haunted prophet. It's about pain, about addiction, and about rising from the ashes. No More Tears was one of Ozzy's biggest hits and one of the few 6-minute rock tracks that dominated early 90s airwaves. It's not just a song, it's a journey.
Number 1.
And at number 1 from 1980's Blizzard of Oz, it had to be Mr. Crowley. This is my favorite Ozzy song, always has been, always will be. That organ intro hits like a ghost walking into the room. Randy Rhoads takes over, and what he plays on this track is pure legend. One of the greatest solos ever laid down on tape, ever. Ozzy slides in slow and haunting with that Mr. Crowley. That delivery gives me chills every time. It's theatrical, it's mystical, it's heavy as hell, it's everything Ozzy was and is. Aleister Crowley was a real occult figure, but Ozzy didn't just drop names to shock people. He made it art. He made it his. And that's the list. 5 tracks from one hero. Ozzy didn't just make music, he made outsiders feel like royalty. He showed us that it's okay to be weird, to be loud, to be broken, and to still matter. So let me say this loud and clear. Thank you, Ozzy. For the madness, for the pain, for the truth. You weren't just the Prince of Darkness, you were the king of the misfits. And you gave a kid like me a reason to believe in something louder than the hurt. So wherever you are, Ozzy, this stash is yours forever. Until next time, rockers, stay loud, stay weird, and never forget, there's no rest for the wicked. I'm Sean Pugh, inside the Skunk Stash.